Welcome to Mind Mastery Meditation and Mindfulness for high school students. In this module, we are going to explore an important topic: self-compassion, gratitude, and kindness, strengthening your inner voice. Many students work hard, set high standards, and want to improve. That is a good thing. But often, the voice inside the mind becomes too harsh. Instead of helping, it creates stress, self-doubt, and pressure. This module will help you understand how to develop an inner voice that is more supportive, more balanced, and more effective. We will look at how the way you speak to yourself affects motivation, emotions, and resilience. We will also explore how gratitude and kindness are not just nice ideas, but practical mental habits that can strengthen attention, improve emotional balance, and support healthy relationships. As we move through the module, you will learn both the science and the practice behind these skills. You will not only understand the ideas, but also learn how to use them in daily life. This opening slide introduces the focus of the module, and the next slides will show you exactly what you will learn, how the lessons are organized, and what skills and mindset you will build along the way. In this module, our goal is very clear: to help you build a healthier relationship with yourself and with others. By the end of this module, you will understand why self-compassion matters for mental health and resilience. Resilience means the ability to recover, adapt, and keep going when life becomes difficult. Many people think being hard on yourself makes you stronger, but research shows that self-compassion often supports better recovery from setbacks. You will also learn to recognize the difference between self-criticism and self-improvement. This is very important. Self-improvement says, "I made a mistake and I can learn from it." Self-criticism says, "I made a mistake, so there is something wrong with me." One helps growth, the other often blocks it. Another goal is to help you understand how gratitude changes the brain's attention and emotional patterns. What you focus on grows stronger in your awareness. If your brain is always scanning for what is wrong, you may feel more stress and frustration. Gratitude helps train the brain to also notice what is supportive, meaningful, and good. You will also practice loving-kindness meditation, also called metta, in a completely secular and inclusive way. This means the practice will be presented in a simple, practical form that anyone can use, no matter their background or beliefs. It is a way of training the mind in goodwill, care, and emotional balance. Finally, this module aims to help you develop healthier relationships with yourself and others. The way you treat yourself influences the way you respond to friends, family, classmates, and even difficult people. So this module is not only about feeling better inside. It is also about becoming more steady, more aware, and more kind in the world around you. Now that you know the goals, the next slide will give you an overview of how the module is organized lesson by lesson. This slide gives you the module overview, so you can see the journey ahead. The first lesson is the voice inside your head. We begin there because before changing your inner voice, you first need to notice it. Many people are not fully aware of how often they judge themselves or speak harshly inside their own mind. Next is why self-compassion matters. After noticing the inner voice, we will examine why a kinder and more supportive inner response is not weakness, but actually a strength. Then we move to the science of gratitude. Once we understand self-compassion, we expand the focus to gratitude and explore how it shapes attention, mood, and emotional patterns in the brain. After that comes kindness changes the brain. This lesson connects your inner experience with neuroscience, showing that kindness and empathy can influence stress, connection, and mental habits. The fifth lesson is a guided loving-kindness meditation. This is the practice lesson where you will directly experience a structured exercise in offering goodwill toward yourself and others. Then we have practicing gratitude every day, which makes the ideas practical. It is one thing to understand gratitude in theory, it is another to build it into everyday life. After that, in becoming your own best coach, you will learn how to replace harsh self-talk with constructive self-guidance. This lesson brings together self-compassion, motivation, and growth. The module then ends with a weekly challenge and reflection, giving you a chance to apply what you have learned. and finally, a module quiz to help review the key ideas. The total time is about 80 minutes, which means this module is designed to be deep enough to create real learning, but still manageable for a student schedule. Now that you know the structure, the next slides will explain what you are expected to learn in terms of knowledge, skills, and mindset. This slide focuses on the knowledge you will gain in the module. In other words, these are the ideas and concepts you should understand clearly by the end. First, you will understand what self-compassion is. Self-compassion means responding to yourself with care, honesty, and support, especially when things are difficult. It does not mean ignoring mistakes or pretending everything is fine. It means treating yourself in a way that actually helps you recover and grow. Second, you will understand why self-criticism often reduces motivation. Many students believe criticism pushes them to work harder, but in many cases, harsh self-criticism creates fear, shame, and avoidance. Instead of helping action, it can drain energy and confidence. You will also learn how gratitude influences attention and emotional well-being. The brain is always filtering experience and deciding what to notice. Gratitude can help shift that filter, so the mind becomes more aware of support, progress, and positive moments that might otherwise be ignored. Another important idea is the science behind kindness and empathy. These are not just moral values, they are also connected to how humans regulate emotion, build trust, and create social connection. Understanding this science helps explain why kindness can be powerful and practical. Finally, you will learn why compassion strengthens resilience rather than making people weak. This is an important misconception to correct. Compassion does not lower standards. It helps people face difficulty without collapsing into shame or giving up. These knowledge goals prepare the foundation, but understanding ideas is only the first step. On the next slide, we move from knowing to doing by looking at the practical skills you will develop. Now we come to the skills section. This slide answers an important question: what will you be able to do after learning this module? The first skill is to recognize harsh self-talk. This means noticing thoughts such as, "I always fail," "I am not good enough," or "I will never improve." Many of these thoughts happen quickly and automatically. Learning to catch them is the first step toward changing them. The second skill is to replace self-criticism with constructive self-coaching. This is a major shift. Constructive self-coaching sounds more like, "That did not go well. What can I learn? What is one step I can take next?" It keeps accountability, but removes unnecessary cruelty. You will also learn to practice gratitude intentionally. This means gratitude will not be left to chance. Instead, you will build the ability to pause and consciously notice what is going well, what is helping you, and what you value. Another skill is to perform loving kindness meditation. This gives you a specific mindfulness practice that trains warm attention, emotional steadiness, and goodwill. Because this module includes a guided version, you will have direct experience with the practice, not just a description of it. You will also learn to respond to mistakes with curiosity and growth. This is a very important life skill. Instead of reacting with instant judgment, you learn to ask, "What happened? Why did it happen? What can I do differently next time?" That response supports learning, resilience, and maturity. These skills make the module practical and usable in real student life, whether you are dealing with school pressure, friendship problems, performance stress, or personal setbacks. After skills, the next slide will focus on mindset, because lasting change comes not only from what you know and do, but also from how you see yourself and your challenges. This final slide in the sequence focuses on mindset. Mindset is the deeper way you interpret experiences, especially difficult ones. It shapes how you respond when things do not go as planned. The first idea is that mistakes are opportunities to learn. This does not mean mistakes feel good, and it does not mean they should be ignored. It means mistakes can provide information. When you stop treating every mistake as proof that you are failing, you make more space for growth. Second, you will understand that kindness toward yourself improves long-term performance. In the short term, harshness may sometimes feel motivating, but over time it often leads to burnout, fear, and discouragement. A kind but honest inner voice helps you keep going, recover faster, and stay engaged. The next mindset shift is that gratitude helps the brain notice what is going well. This is important because the brain naturally pays extra attention to problems and threats. Gratitude does not deny difficulty. It brings balance by helping you also notice support, effort, progress, and meaningful moments. Finally, this slide emphasizes that compassion and accountability can exist together. This may be one of the most important lessons in the module. Being compassionate does not mean making excuses, and being accountable does not require being harsh. You can be honest about what needs to improve while also being respectful and supportive toward yourself. This mindset slide brings together the whole opening section of the module. We began with the theme of strengthening your inner voice, then looked at the goals, the lesson path, the knowledge you will gain, and the skills you will practice. Now, with this mindset foundation in place, you are ready to move into the lessons themselves, where you will begin by examining the voice inside your own head and learning how to transform it into something wiser, steadier, and more helpful.